No problem. Thank you, Richard. Yeah, thanks everybody. Thanks for giving up your time. 4 minutes of your life you'll never get back. Some of you might think that's a relatively bold title. I'd probably agree with you. I think it knits in with today's topic quite well as well. I think what we're talking about really is productivity. It comes down to making sure that, in business that you're making the right decisions and acting in the right manner, especially as business leaders and bits. So, quickly clicking through. I've got quite a tight agenda, but I've got valuing time, driving business value, personal ambitions. So, very shortly, a couple of statistics, and I guess why productivity is important. Only 49% of businesses feel that they invest in reviewing emerging technology and efficiencies well enough, so it's less than half. So if you're one of those, you're 50% ahead of the game. Even worse than that, 23% say that they review that on an annual basis, which in today's modern world and the fast-paced change is probably too slow. 2017 survey said that British workers undertook 325 hours more than our German counterparts in terms of work. That's roughly 40 days in a year. Again, a lot of time invested, and that doesn't increase our GDP, if anybody was considering that. So what is effective use of our time? Here we've got, hobbies, social. They're also the IT support team, they're also the HR function, as well as trying to minimise data entry and everything else that goes with their job. I think it's important, and partly where this discussion started from, is not confusing hobbies with business. So many people undertaking tasks that perhaps, is more of a hobby and an interest, and they're not very effective in terms of time management. The time cost is the big critical factor here. It leads on to many other areas, work-life balance being a key and critical one, stress management, and sometimes little change has a lot of effect. We talk about the 1% model, so adding 1% to the top line, cutting 1% from costs, the overall impact to the bottom line of a business. So here I've tried to quickly summarise some of the considerations. So we've got profit times risk equals business value, and really that's the driver. So obviously if you drive up profits and you drive down risk, then the value of your businesses will increase. So using the right staff, executing efficiently is in there. Adding into that, business value is affected by talent, so the retention of talent is on there, and finally adding in time. Effective time use and being first to market in lots of areas will buy you value. There's social impact on the right hand side, that's a big question mark at the moment. I think it does drive up business value, but you just need to be aware of it and build that in for your staff elements. Finally, I thought I'd look at the personal side. The best businesses that I work with often factor this into their business plans. I've used the FIRE analogy, some of you may have come across. It's about financial independence and retiring early. Personally, I look at financial freedom and what does retirement look like when I'm discussing this. So what I like is people to drive their business forward, to give them the financial freedom to actually make decisions in life that they wish to do. So do you want to retire onto a beach or do you want to develop the next generation? How are you going to manage that? It came up on our table earlier and I think it's something that is probably widely ignored. Elon Musk I will use as a great example. He originally sold PayPal. I'm sure he's got plenty of money in the bank that he could have set up on a desert island. Or something like that, but he chose to explore Tesla. He chose to do SpaceX and widen those boundaries. So everybody, please take a step back, think about where do you want to go in life? What does your retirement plan look like? Thank you for your time, and I hope that's useful. Happy to take questions afterwards.
Thank you very much.